So morning, people. So I know we went through this a few weeks ago, but this is a bit different. This is more about clarity. Another morning I wake up to something else with my name in it. Another morning. Now I got to put a disclaimer out there. You know, we're in the business of entertainment, so we can't. Well, we're not in the business of entertainment, but we can't be mad at notoriety. To even have any kind of relevance at this stage of the game there's gratitude for. And at the same way I wake up in the morning, I might see someone giving me my flowers. It could, whether it's a podcast or whatever. I'll still wake up and see shit that don't exist, which isn't real. So I say that to say this. This is the one time I'm actually gonna go over what happened with this kid. Because I don't even want to get into all the calling him names and all that. Like, I'm quite clear that you lot know what it is, and I've been through all that. But I'm gonna get into the facts of what actually happened with this guy. Because I can't continue with the continuous net. Like, you let people run, some people, yo, you leave it alone, mate, don't. But the narrative gets crazy. Now I just see this, and again, I don't want to get into slander and attacking people, because it's not where I am. I saw this monster Marv say some stuff this morning. A guy that I don't even know who he is. I've never heard of him before. None of this, none of the roads, anything. Never heard of him nowhere. And I've been outside my whole life. But anyway, the reality is, this Bate guy used to sell CDs for me for a very, very brief period of time. I got introduced to him through Nugs from YBM, who knew him, and that was the introduction. Now, if you knew when I had the youth selling CDs, there was a regime, there was a structure, a regime, and a system. And there was other real life things involved in it as well, if that makes sense. So this youth would come around and he would sell CDs like the rest of the youths. He wasn't my top CD seller, as he tried to. In fact, he sold nothing for me. In fact, that's why I kicked him off the camp. So, and I did see something in Monster Marv where he's talking about Nate was my best. No, he wasn't. He never even sold CDs for me properly. He just wanted to hang out and use my umbrella, which I had created. And whenever I spotted kids doing that, they're gone. So basically, we created an umbrella for people to come and sell CDs in. But there was a system and a structure which meant the kick-on had to end up at the top. So if you're coming around, man, trying to do your own thing, but you're not trying to make the kick-up end at the top, you're just trying to use the umbrella, we're going to kick you out. And then he started bullying enough of the other youths, or trying to bully the other youths. And at that time in life, you couldn't do that around, man. There was a system and there was a hierarchy and a regime. So anyway, we kicked him off the camp. Then when I kicked him out the camp, away from me, nowhere near me, he started on this campaign, making videos, doing songs, creating Facebook posts, just going, like, I had the first troll. I had the first industry troll. And again, I couldn't understand it, because when this youth was around me, none of this was ever apparent. And I didn't want to get into all the, what you know, the dissing him, but he was a youth around man. And there was times we had to check him, and that was one of the things I think upset him, that man did have to check him a few times. There was one time, a few times I had to check him a few times. You're a youth around man and you got too much of a lip on you. So we have to check you a couple of times. Not to glorify nothing, just a you. I wasn't looking at him more than that. I know who you're talking to here and there. So he went on this rage, and that's what started to incense me. That's where he drew me out. And he started to incense me with this whole campaign of madness that didn't make no sense to me, because you're saying you're doing all these things that you're never doing. You're saying you're going to people's houses, but you're never going to people's houses. You're saying that we can't find you and all that. So I let this youth draw me out. And then this situation where he apparently rolled up on us. So I spent a lot of time, when he first drew me out, I spent a lot of time trying to get to him. I couldn't get to him. He used to sell CDs, he would be there, he wouldn't be there again. The youths had phoned me saying, and I think one of the incidents I think Marv even suggested, the youth then phoned me. And they would say, every time we catch him, he just makes up a whole heap of noise. That's it. We can't do nothing about it, Mike. He's in the street waving around his hands and we can't get him. He's running around. So that would be what we gather genuinely. See the youth them or see man and then we put on a show. Cool. The incidents in Ruthless's shop had nothing to do with him. I've gone to Ruthless's shop to do an interview with Limelight. And I said to Ruthless before, this is the reality. Again, I don't even want to go. I didn't even want to go into all this, but I think let me just put this narrative out there once and for all, so it's out there and it's done. Ruthless, and I don't care how many views it gets. If it don't get, I don't give a shit. Just I've said the narrative. It's done. It's finished. It's out there, so I can get away from this this environment, this podcast, this talking shit as quick as possible. It's not for me. So anyway, cut long story short, I got to do an interview in Ruthless's shop, and these are the stuff you can really ask people about, because everything my man says, if you ask anyone. So I go to the shop to do this interview with Limelight. I say to Ruthless prior to that, Ruthless, is this you going to be around near the shop? Okay, if so, there's a certain way I'm going to come down there. He assured me that wasn't, because at the time I'm in other stuff. And when he's talking about the vest and all that, yeah, I was wearing a bulletproof vest at the time. And it had nothing to do with him. And yeah, I was strapped most of the time. And it had nothing to do with him. I had other problems with other people that I was going through at the time. And I was vested and strapped most of the time. So that's what he's alluding to. So when I'm coming to Ruthless shop, I'm not looking to bring all that to Ruthless shop. And I'm with my baby mother and my son. So I'm saying to Ruthless, listen, I'm going to come check you on the way through. And Ruthless is my bridge, and that's my brother. So Ruthless, it wasn't nothing to do with Ruthless. It had nothing to do with Ibby. But anyway, it turned out that one of the youths who was in the shop when I've come down there happened to be one of my man's little brethren. So when this interview's finished and I'm going to the car, this youth turns up with the kitchen knife in his hand. And there's obviously, we're from outside, bro. If you're going to do something, you don't have the weapon in your hand, do you? You just do it and you make it quick. Because my back was turned, he had all opportunities to do whatever he wished to do. I wasn't aware of him. So he could have done anything. He didn't. He just wanted to put on a show and started waving around a kitchen knife. I've got my son in the car. I've got my baby mother going mad. Because my baby mother's like that. And that was my only concern. He waves a knife around. Ruthless removes him. Ibby removes him. And that's the end of that. There's no dipping, no ducking, no nothing. Ruthless and Ibby was never letting him get anywhere with that knife, period, anyway. And he had too much respect for them to really do something stupid outside the shop anyway. It was all a show. But now he's done the show, I'm pissed. So this is where the jury out starts. Now I'm really pissed. Now I'm really, really pissed. So the next day, and again, these are facts that can be checked. The next day, I then go back to the shop with all the acts them. Snake, Babs, I think even Paps and a couple of the fucking Raf ones with us. But all the acts are with me, basically. All the Muslim youths are with me. And we go to the shop the next day. And this is where the contention with me and Ruthless starts at the time in Ibby. We go looking for him. He ain't there. We spend a little bit of time looking elsewhere. He ain't there. We can't find him. Cool. Then me and Ruthless fall out because of this. Because, you know, they kind of liked him. Ibby kind of felt he was cool. So we fall out because of this. So all this when he's saying he came to me, and this is the part people don't know, and I kind of kept this quiet for years, and again, you can cross this. All this when he's saying he come to the yard, nobody come to no fucking yard. What happened was me and Ruthless got into a situation, and I said something to Ruthless about burning down the shop. Ruthless weren't having that, rightfully so. Ibby weren't having that, rightfully so. So Ibby and Ruthless turn up to my yard with the WAP. They come. My one's coming. That's the scenario. There was never no Bate Nate. There was never no him turning up to the yard. He never came anywhere. He's made up a whole scenario. Even when he's talking about, oh, North Star was there and C was, where? You're just getting bits of, it's like you're getting a colouring book together. Anyway, I'm trailing off. So the situation was actually between me, Ibby and Ruthless. It had nothing to do with him. We get to a point, because we're actually friends, we're actually people. So me and Ruthless get to a point where it's like, bro, I just felt like you was, you know, looking out for this youth and making him do whatever he wanted. I come down to the shop. You told me one thing, blah, blah. So we get to a point, we discuss this, we put it to bed. That's it, end of. And that's that. There's nothing else ever happened after that. to do with me, Ruthless, and Ibby. In fact, me and Ibby became closer brethren after that. He come before he went, before he left. I helped him with some stuff, and rightfully so. If someone said to me, "Right, I'm going to burn down your brother's shop," and I know I'm not a dickhead, that's exactly what they done, and exactly what they should have done. Rightfully so. Ibby's a rude boy, reality, but he's humble with it. So, reality is, he done what he was supposed to do. We get to a point because we're brethren. Boom. And then after that, I start hearing this guy claiming it was he came to my yard. That was the story. That's where he gets the story from. This nigga never come nowhere near nobody. Now the part where he gets man nicked, the nicking part. So Bate knows that we're looking for him. Now, we've been running around with this, whatever we've been running around with, looking for this youth in Bate places for a little minute, because I can't find him nowhere. Like, he's never nowhere. He's never nowhere. And the only place we know where he's going to be is West End. And we know he walks around with a little pocket knife on him for the youth them. So, we're just looking to diss him, just quintessentially, and just leave it at that, bro. So, yeah, we got a big hammer through him. So, one day, I get a call saying he's in West End. Again, you can cross-check all these facts. And I shouldn't even say this, but I'm tired of this now. I want to get this out of the way. I get a call saying he's in West End. We're going Leicester at the time, I think. I think it's me, Danny, Guppy, and a gal called Sarah. We're going Leicester at the time. And man say to me, yo, my man's in Central. So I say, all right, cool. You know what we're going to do? And obviously, where we're going Leicester, I know, yeah, get me, I know we got the machine with us. I know it is what it is. So let me go check this youth quickly. So I stop on the way so before I go Leicester, I say, let me go West End and check this youth, see if I can find this youth here. We go West End to try to find this youth. All of a sudden, this youth's not there. But he knew he was there, though. But all of a sudden, he's not there. Now, you tell me, and this is the same thing I said to Spray when I said it to Spray. Now, you tell me, and these are facts. You can check all these facts. You tell me how undercover Trident know that we're strapped. Tell me. I'm in West End. Trident have no business in West End. They have no business in West End. Especially undercovers at that. Like, they have no business in West End. They go straight for Danny, and they go straight to his waist. Danny goes into next. These are facts. You can cross-check all these facts. Danny goes into next, throws the machine under one of the clothing racks. He went to court saying it might have been there. But anyway, we all get nicked now. Now my point is, he was in West End. We came West End. He knew we came West End. And undercover Trident rolling us. Now, I'm not saying it's him. Let me get that clear. It's just very, very coincidental, isn't it? And again, these are the facts. So if it wasn't him, it was just highly coincidental. So we all get nicked. And the only reason I get bail, Sarai gets bail, I get bail, Guppy gets bail. The only reason I get bail is because the custody sergeant was one of the sergeants that when I used to have the youth selling CDs on the strip, he used to nick the youths, but he kind of rated man's thing. He kind of rated us keeping the kids off the street, and he would nick the youths and say, listen, I don't want to be nicking them. I'm just working, I'm paying my bills for the council. You got to do, like, I'll even write letters to the council. Like, he was actually a fed that tried to help us. He was very, like, impressed with what we was doing with the kids selling CDs in West End. And the only reason I made it out of the station because he was the checking-in sergeant. And I actually, to the point where I heard, I could overhear, when we were in the cells, I can overhear the Trident officer saying, but the gun's too big for this kid. So basically, Danny was like 16 at the time, and it was a 4.5 revolver. And they're saying, this gun's too big for him. It's my man's. And the custody sergeant, I could hear him saying, no, well, I've heard him, he's checked out some of these youths before, he's like a mentor to them. It's the only reason I even get out there. And that's when I'm doing dub plate drama at the time, and that's when I kind of go on the run. I move up to Notts. That's when I'm living with my bridges in Brom. I move up to Nottingham, and that's actually when I get back into the art. Because the truth is, there was fibres on this thing that man was waiting to come back, and basically came back. If the fibres on the bandana that they had came back as man, I weren't coming back, so to speak. Kind of like a similar, kind of like what Fred was going through, similar. So that was the situation, but that all spurred from this year. So after I end up going on the run and my life gets uproared, what he doesn't know, the only reason I ever left this, the main reason I left this alone, because what I found during that time I was appreciative. That's when I got back into my art. When I went on the run, I went up to Notts, I bought all my equipment, I started doing the animation, I got back into my art, started finding myself again, thinking I might be going to jail. So that started my art journey. So I was very appreciative, and he doesn't know that, idiot doesn't know that to this day. It's the only reason why I let it lie, because I'm actually appreciative of that lesson for that period of time. And I'm appreciative that I learned, like when I sit back and watch all you lot are going through this talking, I actually appreciate that I had a troll 20 years ago. I appreciate that I got to, you know, take on that energy 20 years ago. I'm appreciative of that. You learn how to emotionally, and you learn what's coming. So I know no matter what you lot think you're doing, as soon as you sit on this internet, it's only going to be mess. Because it's only mess that we're excited about in Ghana. So now they've let this youth come back around and stir the pot again, fine. But I'm going to leave all of you to it. And I heard Marv pull up my name the other day. Marv, you don't know me from nowhere. Please drop me out. I'm in a different world to man. I'm a man with things doing. Not sitting on the internet. Not, you know, trying to convince you how much what we was on the roads. I'm a man that's actually got things doing in life, and I'm very happy with the things I've got doing. So when I hear these things, it's like, oh, most of the time I can ignore it. Maybe once in a while. So on this one, I'm gonna make this one video, and that's kind of the last of it, bro. It's a previous life. What's going on now has nothing to do with me. But stop. Again, I don't even want to get into all that. Because me and these youths are in different tax brackets and all that. So yeah, that's the reality of what actually happened. And that's the last time I'm going over it. And that's that. And anybody that's in this story, you can ask them and they'll corroborate with you. No problem. Have a good morning.